Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back. Today, the DCU officially starts with the first 2 episodes of Creature Commandos, which, I'll be honest, is a pocket of the DC universe, or at least these characters that I'm not wholly familiar with, other than Weasel, and that's only because of their inclusion in the Suicide Squad. Outside of that, I have no idea what to expect with this one. I saw the trailers, and I gotta say, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, but it is an interesting choice as far as our first project set within the new universe. But hey, man, I got an open mind and the vibes seemed all there. So let's get ready to just kind of see what they've got in store for us. So let's get ready to hop in. Today, we're going to be checking out these 2 episodes. So if you want to see the full-length reaction, you check those out over on Patreon, or for Gunn channel, gives you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. Right now, we got a poll up for what show is going to be replacing The Bear once that reaches its conclusion, so go check that out. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here, but then they really appreciate Joel's reaction. To leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. And with that all sent out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 1, the Collywobbles. Here we go. Aw, I like that. That was cute. Starting off that bell rev.
The battalion, calling themselves the Sons of Themyscira, violently crossed the border into Pokolistan. The Sons are said to be working at the behest of the rogue Amazonian and reputed sorceress Circe. Circe claims to be the rightful heir to the throne of the perhaps mythical, perhaps real, all-female island nation of Themyscira. Inside sources claim Circe has promised the Sons that once the downfall of Pokolistan is achieved, she will lead them to conquer Themyscira.
What in the world?
Themyscira is like the sickest place ever, and then you tell me, oh dude, only women can live there? What? That's so sexist, bro.
Word is they have the most incredible waterfalls. I have this question for all the woke feminists out there. Why do only girls get such cool waterfalls? All over the world, our rights as men are being denigrated.
What a bunch of clowns.
Dangerous clowns.
I thought Congress put a stop to all Task Force X activities since your daughter outed you.
Technically, Congress said Argus can't use incarcerated human beings, but what about beings that aren't human?
Huh?
Gotta love your loopholes. And also a little bit of a piggybacking off of Peacemaker's ending.
Is the Bell Reeve Non-Human Interment Division. For over 50 years, only those at the uppermost levels of security clearance are aware of its existence. By using these prisoners, I think we can arguably circumvent our new restriction. Congress said we can't use human prisoners. These assholes aren't human.
She's not human?
Is a corpse human?
Debatable.
Who is she?
We don't know. We call her the Bride.
She's probably a bunch of people, technically.
Dr. Phosphorus. He has irradiated skin he can use to burn through people and objects.
Well, how does that radiation affect the people around him?
If you don't sleep in the same room with him, the effects should be minimal.
How minimal is minimal? Also, Dr. Phosphorus, technically a human.
The Weasel. It's one of the few soldiers still alive from Project Starfish in Corto Maltese, so we know it has what it takes to survive. Sorry, I didn't mean to intimate anything about your son, Flag. When he died,
I mean, you
Corto
gave the
Maltese,
order.
he died a hero.
That one looks like a discontinued dishwasher.
That dishwasher killed over 300 Nazis in World War II. I would have dismantled it, but I thought it might come in use someday. It's known as GI Robot.
Oh my god. He just sees that shit everywhere, doesn't he?
Nina Mazursky.
What use is she walking around in a fishbowl?
Get her in water, it's a different story. She's the smartest and most reasonable of the bunch. She might be able to help you keep the rest of them in line.
Oh, wait, some of them didn't even do anything.
This is your new task force flag.
Oh.
Let's call it Task Force M. M for monster, also known as
Creature Commandos. Hell yeah, Alan Tudyk. All right.
You all aren't exactly enthusiastic about this mission.
General, I believe you've read us wrong. We're delighted to be here and delighted to serve our country.
Okay.
Are you smiling?
Yes.
Sarcastically?
GI Robot is detecting unease. Could he be, GI Robot asks, in fear of being discovered as Nazi scum?
No, put your gun down. He's not a Nazi.
Child.
Calm down. We'll be there soon.
Oh my God, is he pissing? He's pissing! You son of a bitch!
Oh my god. What the hell?
It was above ground and inflatable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I wonder what this princess is gonna look like. Oh.
Calm down there, Flag. Put the pole away.
Richard Bill Flagg, Sr. So wonderful to be meeting you.
Your middle name is Bill.
Yes?
Not like William?
No.
Whose middle name is Bill?
Mine, okay?
What the?
It's an honor.
I mean, it is a little odd.
The kind of bow we do in Pokolistan, Mr. Richard Flagg. So, we're going to have to kill you.
What? Alexi.
I am sorry. We must only do sacred customary bow in this castle. Everyone, murder this man.
What?
Hold on a minute.
With their Gundam Knights? Oh, they're just messing with him.
I am making joke! For a minute, I think you're going to make mess in your pants, huh?
I was never gonna...
Very close to messing his pants.
I wasn't even in the vicinity of doing that.
We are so much like Americans, yes? We pull pranks like Jamie Kennedy experiment. We do the Super Bowl shuffle. We like to say, "What's up?"
Well, you're certainly current with your popular cultural references.
Definitely.
You're welcome.
So current.
Sarcastic smile.
Now, I have question for you, skeleton. Where's the beef?
Oh my god.
Filler, one of the greats.
Enough, Alexi. We've prepared a banquet for you, our honored guests.
Yeah, it's,
They've been
I could
living in
understand
prison grounds
that.
for quite some time. Forgive their manners, Your Highness.
Their manners do not bother me. I love seeing friends enjoying themselves. That is the queen. Poor sweet mother, she has not been so for some long time now. You see why I'm taking care of Pokolistan's affairs, even though it won't quite be official until, you know. You're welcome, Mother.
What in the
I
world?
love you too.
Something seems off.
It is a beautiful evening, isn't it?
I do not enjoy landscapes devoid of dead Nazis, Miss Nina. Can Miss Nina and G.I. Robot be killing Nazis soon? It's been oh so long since G.I. Robot has sent Nazis back to hell where they belong.
I think it will be soon.
G.I. Robot would like to kill Nazis with you. Would you like to kill Nazis with G.I. Robot?
If I killed Nazis with anyone, it would certainly be you, G.I. Robot.
Hope we aren't too much of an intrusion. Our only goal here is to keep you safe, Ilana.
I'm happy to have the company.
Even that one?
Oh! Is that guy gonna be okay?
In prison.
Supposedly murdered 27 children.
Oh.
He hasn't shown any violent tendencies since then, so I wouldn't fret.
Yeah, based on the trailers we saw, I think there was probably... He probably actually wasn't responsible for it.
I am happy for the company, especially the company of Americans. My country is a charming one, but it is backwards. Always rejecting progress as corrupt. It's my most cherished dream to lead my people into the 21st century. Are you married, Richard Flagg?
I was once, but sometimes missteps lead you where you need to be. She and I had a son when we were just 18. Boy, was it an improvement on me in every way.
Was?
He passed on. about 2 years back.
I'm sorry.
I would have liked to introduce the two of you. I have a feeling you would have gotten on like a house on fire.
A house on fire does not seem good.
It's supposed to be a good thing.
I'm sure your son was
It's kind of a bad expression in that way.
I'm much more fond of older men. I'd like to show you something.
Okay.
This armor is beautiful, no?
Sure.
It is over 500 years old.
I'm
what is it you
gonna
want to show me, Ilana?
Just this wonderful armor.
Listen, Ilana.
Yes?
I don't think this is exactly ethical. I'm here to protect you.
To protect
I'm
me from
gonna
loneliness?
guess this is Cersei.
From lack of passion?
No,
From Pokolistani men who have never seen the world and who can't see me as the human being I am behind the veil of royalty.
Closer, but still no. Look, I think we need to get some shut-eye so we can put a cogent plan in place in the morning.
Richard.
Or not. God damn.
In June of 1944, a storm hit. 38 dead Nazis.
Jesus.
September of 1944, I fought at the Battle of Hurtgen Forest. A whopping 92 dead Nazis.
Right?
Right. How'd you get down here?
I
Damn,
walked
that
down
wa-
the stairs.
That was
No one
fast.
tried to stop you.
We're here to protect them. Why would they stop me? Hey, you can't leave.
Why not?
Well, Vlad will use the remote to shock you, and then we all get shocked. That was like the worst feeling ever.
Grow a pair, fish.
A pair of what? Wait, where are you going?
Open the door.
Oh my god.
I do not have you in the schedule.
He doesn't have us in the schedule.
I don't need a schedule, Sir Douchelot. I'm not your prisoner, so open the freaking door.
Brian, please.
Do you have any money?
Pardon?
Money. Cough up some cash. I don't have any freaking rubles on me. How am I supposed to get around?
Our money is not called rubles.
Yeah, I know. It was meant to be insulting. Just give me some cash. Hey!
Thank you. She means to say thank you.
No, I don't mean anything of the sort. Знаете ли, къде ще рута имения на Frankenstein?
Какво е това нещо на главата ти?
Never mind what's on her head. Just go to the address I told you.
What got her locked up? Just simply being a monster, or did she actually do anything? I don't remember if they even mentioned. Yes.
Hey.
That's what he was after. Yo.
Fuck me!
Sorry about your floor. Actually, sorry about the entire room. Oh my god, so many burns. Oh! Good god. The action's dynamic as hell, man. I love it.
You think Waller would give me the only remote? You'd be hopping around like a Mexican jumping bean for days if you escaped. Or if I told her about this. We're supposed to be on the same damn team.
Yeah, I mean, just getting rid of his remote doesn't get rid of her remote, you know? He's not wrong. Last thing you want to do is underestimate Waller.
Where I was born.
that Zac Efron?
My bride. After all these years, I found you.
Okay. All right, man. That's the first episode down. We got kind of a quick, rough introduction to all of our characters as they go off on their very first mission. As Cersei and a bunch of the sons of Themyscira, who are just like, hey man, Themyscira sounds awesome. Why can't we come? And she's just manipulating them to get what she needs out of the situation and whatever else. And they're kind of sent in to make sure that she doesn't continue to destabilize this country or abuse its resources, blah, 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 to protect the royalty there as well. So we cobbled together this group of monsters to get around the loophole, the restrictions that were, placed upon her after the events of Peacemaker, after she got outed with everything there. We even got Flag Senior here, kind of reflecting upon the passing of his son, which I'm pretty sure would, his tune might change a little bit if he knew the conditions in which he died. I'm sure that is not known information, sadly, because I think he might have something to say to Waller about that if he knew the truth of the situation, what actually happened to him. I don't know, he seems like a pretty stand-up guy. Kind of runs in the family a little bit, though, unlike his son. He more did this for the means, just like the money, taking care of his family and stuff like that. He's not like gung-ho patriot, so he's a little, I don't know, he's oddly enough a little softer, it feels like, than even Rick was. Though when it comes down to throws hands. He's got a little bit of a comedic edge to him, which I kind of found really enjoyable, which I didn't quite expect, I gotta say. That was kind of a delightful little surprise. As like a first step into the DCU, it is just kind of leaning into what James Gunn has already kind of proven he's really good at, and that's these misfit ensemble team-ups. And, it's carrying a lot of that sensibilities forward, especially with like the humor and the interactions, the banter within the group so far. It's not that far of a departure of what we've seen before. It's almost as if this was done to ease us into maybe what to expect, though I don't know if we should expect every project to have this kind of edge to it, if you want to call it that. It would feel really out of place in a Superman movie. I just gotta say, this might be in our introduction, is a little bit of an interesting first impression of what to expect with the universe. So I don't know, man. I'm curious to see how it unfolds as we kind of set up some of obviously the DC universe in this timeline has been in existence for a while now. Themyscira is known to the public. Cersei's out there running around. Obviously, the events of the Suicide Squad, or at least some of those events and some of the events of Peacemaker are still canon, while others are not. Like he said, the rule of thumb right now moving forward, as messy as it might be, some things are the same, some things are not. If we mention it, it's canon. Outside of what we don't mention, just pretty much consider it non-canon until something is, directly brought up pretty much. So it's going to be a little interesting to see how we really transition into that. Again, maybe a cold hard reboot would have been the better way to go. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm really curious to learn more about the group that we got, with the bride, obviously Bride of Frankenstein, and then Frankenstein just living it up out on this yacht, just waiting for his wife to come home, or bride-to-be, rather. I presume that never happened. G.I. Robot is that's a joke, which it worked throughout the run of this episode, but I wonder if that's going to be one that gets old the further we go along into it. But I do find it quite funny. And then we have, I don't know her name, the fish lady. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember what her name was, but she seems to be like the odd one out here. She's kind of timid. She seems to not want to get into trouble. I don't remember if Waller said what got her locked up, but she seems like maybe she shouldn't be here. And Weasel, obviously, they picked him up after the end credits of the Suicide Squad, brought him back in, and, they said supposedly killed these children. And based on what we saw in the trailer, like I think there might be a little bit more to that story than we are meant to believe. Dr. Phosphorus, who is an interesting character to even have in here to begin, and why he's not considered human. I mean, obviously he's got this condition, but I don't know if that necessarily makes him not human. He was human before this happened to him. It was like she said, she's trying to pull a fast one on the government for setting these restrictions on her. She's just going back into her old shtick all over again. That's kind of all I got to say about this one. So let's go ahead and move on to episode 2. Here we go.
I don't feel good about this, my son. Shall each man find a wife for his bosom, and each beast have his mate, and I be alone?
I created you in the interest of exploring that infinitesimal space that falls between life and death. I have not yet learned enough from you to justify doing it again.
You have a wife. How is it fair that you know love and I do not?
If you do not make me a wife, the only fair remedy would be for me to destroy yours, Father. That would bring balance to life, they would say.
No one would say that.
I would say that.
He's throwing a tantrum.
Settle yourself, Eric. We're already proceeding. I'm only sharing with you my doubts.
God,
this is what humans do. Share feelings. This is what the mortician was able to acquire.
Oh my, so beautiful.
God, this is so fucked up.
This is the face of my true love.
You were born here?
Yeah.
And why are we here now?
Yeah, why are we here?
You need to get your shirt off. Your wounds need cleaning.
Oh my God, she's biting her lip and everything, man. She is down bad.
I suppose tonight was not your first battle.
She's still trying, man.
Are those your parents? Don't tisk me. That's not cool. You can say no.
This was his home for work, not the family's. They lived up the road.
Keep those things separate.
Whoa. My father was a scientist, but he never had anything like this.
Victor was, if nothing else, a renegade. I was born here.
My love.
Wait.
I picked her these flowers.
She must gather her senses. She came from nothing to something in an instant. She has no tether, doesn't know where she is or who we are. She is but a cluster of fear and not knowing. Everything is fine.
These are for you.
Relax, guys.
But I picked these for you.
That sounds horrible.
Well, birth is always horrible. God's gift to humans is he lets you forget it.
What are you looking for? Soon the general is going to notice we're missing and we'll have to feel that awful shock again.
Well, I felt worse.
I do not believe you.
Maybe because I'm lying.
What are you looking for?
A Tourmaline necklace. It should be here somewhere. Apple.
Good.
Cat.
Close. Hat.
Hat.
Why is this drudgery so important?
You want a bride who can speak, don't you?
Words get in the way of truth, drowning out the caterwaul of one's heart.
Pretentious much.
This.
Pretty.
Yes, it is pretty. But what is it called? Necklace.
Necklace.
Uh-oh,
There's
they've
two
been
of them
tailed.
inside. I guess the rest are still back at the castle.
Okay, cool. Out. Tanner says.
I heard. Just get the address. there.
That was a good transition.
Where is this one from?
Ilana, we can't go through this again. Don't.
Do not treat me like a child. Don't you know I'm soon to be the queen of this country and I get what I want.
Oh boy.
Oh! Well, there you go.
Have you seen General Flug?
Yeah. Why?
Because you should be informed that 2 of your teammates have left the grounds.
Yeah, he's, in there. Maybe you should just give him 30 seconds. I mean, you've seen the princess. I don't know how he could hold out for more than 30 seconds to you. You got a point, Weez. He's an older guy. Probably has a lot of experience. Give him a full minute.
This is not funny. Why are you smiling?
Slow down, bigot. I'm a freaking skeleton. It looks like I'm smiling even when I'm not.
You are not smiling?
Oh, I am. But you can't tell that.
Good God.
May I knock now?
Guy's so impatient.
But I love you, son. You failed.
Oh.
You made her for me. She is to love me.
I'm fine, my dear. It is fine.
So fucked up, man.
Is this it?
A wooden horse.
Yes, and it's also
A toy.
precisely.
Moustache.
Oh, you don't like how I look with a moustache, do you? Yes, my dear, you are doing fabulously.
Moustache.
Oh, you're such a Dickens.
Oh.
Oh, I almost forgot. I got you something, a gift.
It is good gift. Thank you.
No. That's not the gift. It's what's inside. You open the wrapping, and inside is the gift. I saw how much you liked it there.
Beautiful.
It means something to you? Fine. Don't answer. I don't care. Can we go now?
Uh-oh.
Oh, hell.
You should have let Alexei tell you the problem we're gone.
Sue me for being a bro and doing you a favor.
Some favor. I'd forgo the martyr complex, considering 2 hours ago you were trying to murder me.
Is this one a dirty Nazi, General?
No, he's not a Nazi, GI.
Where are we going, General Flug? Adventure! We are coming. What's up?
Oh my God.
Start wearing purple.
Oh my God, this song. La da 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 da. Oh. Nice. I mean, to be fair, she's just beating up a bunch of nerds. Now there's the problem. I guess they're not all nerds. They are all dead now, though. Oh, that was sick. Damn. Oh! Wait. Can she fly? Or was she just... I don't know. Oh, she got distracted. Oh!
You've been sent by the US government. Well, I have a message for your leaders.
Oh!
General Flag, come in.
Nina, what the hell?
We're being attacked by Cersei and her troops.
Stop, dude.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. Is this reversible? The cooldown? What? This is... Wow. I mean, it's raining right now. I wonder if that'll matter at all.
Guess what I bring you, Mr. Victor? Lemon.
I did what I had to do.
Oh.
Don't you understand? He and his wretched giggling and his
Oh.
were the only obstacles to
Oh
our
my
love.
God.
Now we can be together.
Oh, and he's just been stalking her all these years.
Their bodies full of cake, staring at the floor. People gotta get up early if they gotta go. Gotta get up early. This whole fucking thing is one huge disappointment.
Wow.
Nothing gets these bitches going, not even chips and gigs. Nobody talks about my super theory or super everything.
What a wild sequence, man.
Sorry. Go. Fuck. Yourself.
Oh, lovely. All right, man. What a wild episode. That one was really good. Like, actually just focusing in on the bride and her really fucked up backstory. Just in general, the concept of the Frankenstein's monsters themselves is just a wild story in and of itself, and just kind of exploration of like bastardization of science and whatnot. And even to this point too, where, you know, he's trying to build a partner for his son, for Eric. He just doesn't want to be alone. He doesn't want to be the only one of his kind. He wants somebody to kind of spend his life with as well. He sees what his creator, his father, has and wants that as well. And, you know, he's envious of that. So then he kind of goes to this fucking twisted ass build-a-wife process. Again, just the concept of the story and what kind of leads to their creation is just so innately messed up, and it just takes it to a whole other level when it starts to evolve into the Bride of Frankenstein and all of that. And then obviously their little spin on it here, you know, and the way that, you know, he was just impatient. Like, he couldn't care less if she could talk, because like he said, talking just gets in the way of your true feelings, blah, 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 or whatever. And, you know, he just, all he cares about, it seems like, is just the idea of being normal for himself. I don't think there really is an infatuation with, I mean, obviously, he didn't get to know her. There's none of that. You know, none of that really matters at the end of the day. And I think that's why this fixation goes on, because I think he just feels entitled to her. You know, just because that was the intent, the aim was just kind of set him up on a date, really. Doesn't mean she has to agree to it, you know, and that was the revelation here that he couldn't reconcile with. And the weird part, because already on top of all of the lines that Victor Frankenstein crosses in the pursuit of these experiments to themselves, you know, he crosses a whole other batch of those by actually formulating a relationship with this new creation. As he's getting to know her, as he's helping educate her along the way, they catch the feelings for each other. And there's a lot of things you can read into that in a multitude of different ways, on top of the fact that, not to mention that his family, his living family, is just down the road. And then this whole thing happens. And then, you know, that obviously is a betrayal to his son, perceptively, and it leads to him removing him from the equation. And he thinks like that's not going to cause any kind of repercussions. That's not going to like tarnish their chances or anything like that. Not at all. It doesn't even register at all in his mind. He's like, no, he's just in the way. Now we can be together. Not thinking about what that would actually mean or entail by his own actions. I don't know. It's really interesting to see how they kind of spun that into this. She's kind of going down memory lane as they, you know, conveniently, all of this took place in the fictional country in which they are housed at currently. And all of those experiments, everything like that just happened just down the road from where they were currently. So she just kind of skipped out on the base, on the castle, off the grounds to go reminisce, see if she could find that necklace now that she's free again. I wonder what got her locked up to begin with. Kind of similarly with Nina, I don't know. Like, she seemed to have been just all over time, just in various different, you know, periods and jobs and all kinds of stuff for a long time. She just seemed like she was just living her life until every time he would show up. Maybe that's the tragedy of it all. Maybe she got arrested because a little closer to these times, these days, you know, their feud caught their eye and he got away. Maybe she didn't. In a roundabout way, that ended up kind of benefiting her for the time, at least, by keeping him from being able to find her at all. You know, it's kept him away. But God, the second, though, that she touched ground outside of it, he knew. He's got eyes and ears everywhere. Honestly, the way he acts, I'm kind of surprised he's been able to garner any kind of power or leverage at all. I don't know, man. It's a little bit of both, and I guess that is kind of in itself a little bit of a commentary, because he's well-spoken at times and he can even think out his aims, but then it comes down to a lot of these other things and he's extremely childish, which I guess that is very real for some people. That is very on point. Like, he never really held love for his father. He more envied him. He wanted what he had. And then he just sees as nothing more than an object. So, and when she's taken away from him in this way, he reacts in this like infantile manner. I don't know. I just found all that really, really fascinating. The horrific kind of tragedy of this tale, you know, because regardless, she did lose somebody she loved. Like, she genuinely like had these feelings for him. And though they were reciprocated, as fucked up as that is, so like, you know, she associates all this with the loss of what little humanity she really has. So maybe she's going to have to rediscover that through this group, through this team, through this camaraderie or whatever. I don't know. Because she did kind of equate Nina to being more human than the rest of them when they're all pretty much I'd say in the same ballpark. Like, she's literally made of people. Like, technically, she's more human than the rest of them, I would say. But I think she was talking, like, emotionally. And, like, Nina's the most unbroken. She's still kind of naive. She's still a little innocent. You know, she's still kind of wide-eyed in some manner. So, I don't know. I think there was that. And also kind of empathetic. She was always open and interested. And now the bride, is so closed off because of her experiences. Meanwhile, back at the manor, Dr. Phosphorus, you know, after trying to steal the device off of Flag, you know, tries to, like, at least make up for it by giving him his time alone with the princess, as she finally, God, man, she was pressing hard, but she finally won out in the end. She got what she wanted. She got that flagpole. God damn. That whole sequence was insane. You know, we got that fight with Cersei at the end, as she finally, her eyes had been keeping tabs on them as well, and she came here to try to eliminate the potential threat to her operation. And we had a pretty awesome throwdown between her goons and the bride and Nina. Well, mostly the bride. Nina didn't really do much of anything except run. But the bride threw hands, dude. Like, she was just beating ass. And I'm just wondering, like, what all powers does she have beyond being a reanimated body? Like, obviously, Frankenstein's monster was incredibly strong. She's she's really strong. But, like, one thing I kind of have a question about, because they are reanimated dead flesh, can they heal? Because she's taken a lot of damage. So did he over the years. I mean, I guess they can, but, like, I'm just wondering to the extent of it, because it's not like it's magic. It is a science, and they were just brought back with electricity and maybe some chemicals. So I don't know. I don't know if they heal, but I would imagine, like, damage to their bodies would be permanent, but obviously that's not the case. Anyway, so, like, now, though, with magic involved, she turned her hands into wacky, waving, inflatable, arm flailing tube men, and I'm hoping that can be reversed, because that really just took the steam out of her engine, man. Like, she was beating her ass, and then her hands got turned into those, and it's just like, oh no, you know? And then she got thrown off that ledge. This is a wild episode. You know, talking about tone, you know, like, this episode did, I think, a pretty good job at balancing out some of the humor with some pretty dark and serious subject matter with her backstory and all that. Which, honestly, like, James Gunn's always been really good at balancing out humor and when to be serious and when not and stuff like that. You know, I was a little bit worried about, especially after the first episode, this kind of being a little too, like, us continuing this trend, and, like, with, you know, the only things we know of this universe so far, canon-wise, are James Gunn's material. There's nothing really to kind of juxtapose that kind of tonality, you know, compared to that. So in a way, in your mind, when you're connecting this to those, and that's kind of all we have as an idea of what this universe is, I do have that concern in the back of my brain that it is that, and I don't think this is going to be the case, because I can't imagine that the Superman movie is going to be anything remotely like this. And I think there's going to be a lot of variety. I hope there's at least a lot of variety when it comes to the way a lot of these other movies feel, and that the world itself feels as diverse and unique as the comics themselves. But with these three things as our current only canon examples of things, it does have me in the back of my mind being like, oh, is this going to be, like, you know, verging on self-parody like the Harley Quinn show? Like, I can't shake that itch in the back of my mind, and I think it's because right now those are the only three things that exist in this universe that are at least hard confirmed, until we can feel out how things are going to be on the macro scale once we get to, like, Superman and stuff like that. You know, I just need to exercise that from my mind once we kind of get a taste for something different than this, because it is in line with some very similar projects up until now, which has had a very specific kind of approach. And I love the Suicide Squad. I thought that was fantastic. It is easily one of the best DC EU films that came out, you know, during that run. And same with Peacemaker, man. That thing was a riot to watch, and I loved it, man. It was so good. But it had we had a lot of other things to kind of, like, cleanse our palate of that. So, like, there's again, I'm sorry about harping on this a little too much, I think, here right out of the beginning, but I need to exercise that concern in my brain because this is our first official DCU project. All the same, like on an island though, like just looking at the show and these 2 episodes by themselves, I've really enjoyed it. It's really good. Like, I love the voice work, I love the music, I love the animation, and the action is really well animated, choreographed, and the set pieces are all phenomenal. The character's unique so far, and each of them kind of adds a little something different and a little different flavor, and I just can't wait to shine more of a light on some of the other characters because, you know, with this little entry and glimpse into the bride and her backstory, like, it was honestly really fascinating, and I hope that is, I hope that is kind of setting the bar for what we get with the rest of these characters as well as the overall overarching story for what will be this season and whatnot. And if we'll get another idea or, sense of what else is to come with the universe that's going on, because I can't imagine the whole season's going to involve this Cersei plot line, but who knows? What do I know? I don't know. But guys, that's kind of what I got for now. Fantastic start, I will say. But I want to know what you guys thought. How are you feeling? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Share, Your Course God, Robert Algione, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, and Watchtower. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.